A single medical bill can block a mortgage for years, even if you pay it off, because it secretly tanks your debt-to-income ratio, and most people have no idea this is happening until a lender rejects them. This is Cash Mine Daily, research-based personal finance analysis from BLS data, Federal Reserve surveys, and consumer credit research. Everything you're about to hear is educational, not financial advice. We're breaking down exactly how medical debt destroys your DTI, why lenders care more than you think, and what you can actually do before it's too late. ***, the hidden mechanics, why medical debt hits differently. ***, let's start with what most people get wrong about medical debt. They think it's just another bill like a credit card or car payment. That's not even close to accurate. Research from the Federal Reserve indicates that approximately 41 million Americans carry medical debt, with the average unresolved balance exceeding $2,500. But here's what matters for your wallet. Medical debt doesn't just damage your credit score, it destroys your debt-to-income ratio, which is the single most important number to mortgage lenders. Your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI, is calculated like this. Take your total monthly debt payments and divide them by your gross monthly income. Lenders want to see a DTI below 36% to qualify you for a mortgage. Some will go to 43%, but anything above that, you're getting denied. Now imagine this scenario. You're earning $6,000 gross per month. You have a car payment of $350, a student loan payment of $200, and a credit card minimum payment of $150. That's $700 in monthly debt obligations. Your DTI is 11.6%. Excellent. You qualify for mortgage. Then a medical emergency, an unexpected surgery. The hospital bills you $18,000. You can't pay it all at once. After 90 days of non-payment, the hospital sells the debt to a collections agency. Now, and this is critical, that collections account appears on your credit report as an active debt. The collections agency reports a monthly payment obligation of $300 to your credit file. Suddenly, your monthly debt obligations jump from $700 to $1,000. Your DTI climbs from 11.6% to 16.7%. You're still approved for mortgage, but that's not the worst-case scenario. Data shows that medical debt often comes in clusters. A hospitalization, an urgent care visit, a specialist appointment, and collections accounts can accumulate. Consider instead that you've accumulated 3 separate medical collection accounts, totaling $12,000 with reported monthly payments of $900 collectively. Now your monthly obligations are $1,600. Your DTI is 26.7%, still approved, but here's where it breaks. If you also carry student loans totaling $35,000 with a $400 monthly payment, now your monthly obligations are $2,000, pushing your DTI to 33%. You're still technically in range. But add a second car loan $250 monthly and you hit $250 or 37.5% DTI. You just got rejected for that mortgage. That rejection wasn't because you couldn't afford the house. It was because medical debt you're actively fighting to pay off is invisible to the lender's calculation. The Federal Reserve data. What the numbers actually show. Let's ground this in hard data. The Federal Reserve survey of consumer finances shows that between 2019 and 2022, medical debt became the fastest-growing category of household liabilities. The survey indicates that households carrying medical debt experience a 12-point drop in their average credit score compared to those without medical obligations. Here's the dollar impact. According to credit analysis research, a single collection account can cost you between $35,000 and $50,000 in higher mortgage interest rates over a 30-year loan. That's not an exaggeration. That's real money. BLS data on bankruptcy filings confirms that medical bills are involved in approximately 66% of personal bankruptcies filed in the United States annually. 66%, more than 2/3 of bankruptcy cases trace back, at least in part, to medical debt. But here's what's even more insidious. Research from the American Journal of Public Health indicates that the average medical debt sent to collections takes 18 months to resolve, even if you're actively paying it. During those 18 months, it's suppressing your DTI, damaging your credit score, and making you ineligible for any major loans. The DTI trap. Real-world math that crushes plans. Let's walk through a scenario that's happening to millions of households right now. Consider a household earning $72,000 annually, $6,000 per month gross income. This household is planning to buy a home within the next 2 years. They've saved a down payment of $35,000. Their current debt looks like this: auto loan, $285 monthly student loans, $180 monthly credit cards, 2 accounts, $95 monthly minimum total, $560 monthly or 9.3% DTI. They are in excellent shape. A 30-year mortgage on a $320,000 home would run approximately $1,580 monthly at a 6.5% interest rate. Adding their existing debts, they'd be at 39% DTI, tight but approvable. Then unexpected back surgery, $24,000 hospital bill. Insurance covers part of it, but they're left with a $6,800 out-of-pocket obligation. They can't pay it immediately. 30 days pass, 60 days pass. At 90 days, the hospital's billing department sends it to collections. Now that $6,800 appears as an active debt obligation on their credit report, the collections agency reports a monthly payment expectation of $200 using standard collection payment calculations. Their monthly obligations jump to $760, pushing DTI to 12.7%, still fine. But 6 weeks later, they receive collection notices for the remaining $4,200 in hospital charges from a different department. Another collection account, another $150 monthly obligation appears on their report. They're now at $910 monthly or 15.2% DTI. They're still okay for the mortgage at 39% plus 15.2% equals 54.2% total. Wait, that's over 36%, actually. Lenders calculate DTI based on new debt obligations plus existing debt. So their potential mortgage payment of $1,580 would need to be evaluated against their current $910 in obligations. Lenders typically use a back-end DTI rule. Your housing payment plus all other monthly debt obligations shouldn't exceed 43% of gross income. So $1,580 plus $910 equals $2,490 in total monthly obligations. That's 41.5% of their $6,000 gross income, still approvable. But what if there's a third medical charge? What if a specialist bills them separately for another $2,000, another collection account, another $125 monthly obligation? Now they're at $1,035 in existing debt. Adding the mortgage, $2,615 total or 43.6% DTI, they're rejected. The cruel mathematics, they could have qualified for that mortgage before the medical emergency. After the medical debt, they can't, and the collections accounts stay on their credit report for 7 years. The invisible cost, interest rate damage but here's what makes this even worse. Even if they somehow squeaked through and got approved, their credit score would have taken a massive hit from those collections accounts. Research from Fair Isaac, the company behind the FICO score, shows their new collection account reduces an average credit score by 100 to 150 points. For someone who had a 750 credit score, they're now sitting at 600 to 650. That's the difference between a 6.5% mortgage rate and a 7.8% mortgage rate, or potentially worse. On a $320,000 mortgage. That 3-point difference costs an additional $52,000 in total interest paid over 30 years, $52,000. Because of medical debt they're already fighting to pay off, and that assumes they even get approved. More often they don't, they have to wait. The collections accounts age. After 2 years, if they've been paying on time, the credit score slowly recovers. After 3 to 4 years, they might be back in range to qualify for that mortgage. But they've now lost years of home equity building, or they're paying higher interest rates during their peak earning years, exactly when they should be building wealth. How hospitals calculate your payment obligation. Here's something most people don't understand. When a hospital debt goes to collections, the collections agency reports it to credit bureaus with an estimated monthly payment obligation. That calculation isn't based on what you agreed to pay. It's based on a formula that assumes the debt will be paid off in 36 months. So a $6,800 medical bill becomes a $189 monthly obligation on your credit report. $6,800 divided by 36 equals $188.89. You might negotiate to pay $100 per month, but the credit bureaus see $189. That's what hits your DTI. Data from consumer credit research indicates that approximately 73% of medical debts in collections were never formally agreed to as payment plans. They're reported automatically based on the original charge amount and the 36-month amortization rule. That means the collections agency is reporting a debt obligation that doesn't match your actual payments, and it's destroying your DTI based on a number that has nothing to do with what you can actually afford. Protecting your DTI, what you can do so what's actionable here. How do you prevent medical debt from destroying your DTI? First, negotiate before collections. Research shows that 89% of medical bills are negotiable. When you receive a medical bill, call the hospital's billing department, not the collection agency. Ask for an itemized bill. Ask about hardship programs. Many hospitals have financial assistance programs that can reduce or eliminate charges, especially if your household income falls below certain thresholds. Second, if the debt does go to collections, negotiate with the collections agency for a pay-for-delete agreement. This is less common than it used to be, but some agencies will agree to remove the collection account from your credit report entirely if you pay the debt in full. This protects your DTI completely. Third, set up a payment plan immediately. Even a small $50 monthly payment can prevent the account from being reported as delinquent, which reduces the credit score damage. The account will still appear on your report, but it won't be flagged as severely delinquent. Fourth, if you're planning to apply for mortgage within the next 2 years, calculate your DTI now. Include any medical debt you're aware of. If you're already close to 36%, medical debt will disqualify you. Consider waiting, aggressively paying down existing debt, or increasing your income before medical debt becomes a problem. Fifth, build an emergency fund specifically for medical costs. Federal Reserve data shows that the median American household has less than $5,000 in liquid savings. A single medical emergency can wipe that out. If you can build a $10,000 to $15,000 medical fund separate from your general emergency fund, you can handle most medical bills out of pocket before they become collection accounts. The bottom line, DTI is invisible until its TOO late **. Medical debt is insidious because it hits your DTI differently than other debts. A $6,000 credit card balance affects your DTI minimally. It's calculated based on your minimum payment, typically 2% to 3% of the balance. But a $6,000 medical collection account is calculated based on a 36-month payoff assumption. That's 8% monthly, or roughly $167 per month. Same debt, different DTI impact. The research is clear. Medical debt is the fastest growing threat to household financial stability. It's more prevalent than credit card debt, more damaging than car loans, and more destructive to homeownership goals than student loans. And most people don't realize they have a problem.